What did I get this number? I'm at list 4. Okay. Okay. So, we're doing some satisfactory. End of story. Okay? If you don't want to watch some satisfactory, I can't really record something else now at this point. Functionally speaking, things happen sometimes. Mistakes get made. I'm gonna play some satisfactory. Since I'm addicted and it's nice right now. So, I do think that I remember that there was a recording that I missed that I forgot to actually. Or, sorry. There's an Ada clip that I missed that I forgot to record. I think it was for Windows or something like that. But, I mean, functionally speaking, there are plenty of other people recording this game. And there's only so much that I'm going to be able to show you personally, because the point is to make it enjoyable. Okay, this is about making a nice, fun experience, not an extensive, like, super playthrough. I'd love to have some games that I play a little bit more seriously, but functionally I just don't have people to play with, which just makes that kind of weird to sit down and focus in so much time and effort into basically making life a bit more of a pain for yourself. Either way though, speaking of making things more or less painful for yourself, I want this. And I temporarily set up a steel foundry over here so that I can just see what it would take. And to be completely totally honest, I think that 2 of these would most certainly be a wise idea in general. Especially just judging off of the capacity of 2 conveyor belts. Or sorry, not 2 conveyor belts. 2 conveyor belts. No. Level 2 conveyor belts being clogged up by this. But I also found a few different things because I have steel. So there's a few different things that I can do because I have steel in bulk, including, and not limited to, making extensive amounts of explosives so that I can go off and alleviate the surroundings of their concerns. 15. Yeah, 15's really gonna push us over the edge, guys, okay? That was not... This is what I was trying to select. Okay. Yep, that 15 was extensively useful, okay guys? Don't talk about that last 15 reinforced plates. This should enable us
Milestone reached.
to do
Improved
plenty of
storage
different
containers
things.
and the conveyor belt Mark III provide the obviously necessary tools for improving your current setup.
I don't have my earbuds in,
Production
so
speed is of the
hopefully you
essence
can't hear
after
that.
all. So work hard. Work as if every person you have ever or will ever love is depending solely on the choices that you make.
Oh my goodness, that's
Because
loud.
they are. Warning. Fix-it psychologists recommend not dwelling on the crushing mental and physical strain of your responsibilities and simply continuing to be productive. Hard work has repeatedly proven to be the best cure for any kind of stress.
Oh yeah,
Get back to
actually.
work.
Functionally speaking, having purpose is very useful. In general. Not to mention helping people feels good sometimes. It's just one of those things. It's not exactly a supplement for having a Switch 2, but since that thing isn't come back for a pretty long while, the rocket ship, we're gonna get, like you can see, we're gonna get getting on this front because this will actively enable us to do a few little things. Yeah.
SAM fluctuator recipe unlocked. The fluctuator can mimic unique communication through patterns of electric frequencies to instruct reanimated SAM to perform specific tasks or give specific restrictions, such as
Yeah.
matter to energy conversion. It can also
Yeah,
function
that's
as matter
cool.
memory, reading the exact composition and state of a collection of matter in one location, breaking it down, and near
Okay.
instantly reconstructing it in another location, which has
Sounds
incredible
nice.
potential for smart storage.
Your threads shift solid to fluid to a tapestry, matter,
Okay.
matter, matter, and mind and melody.
Nice to know. Speaking of which, let's get this set up because I needed to research this forever ago. But I kept on researching silly stuff instead.
Research completed. Gas mask and filter unlocked. Mycelia fabric is highly absorbent, making it more effective at toxic gas filtration than the standard issue Pioneer helmet. A
That's
pleasant
nice.
pine scent is included. Gas filters require regular replacement for
Pine
optimal
scent's
safety.
nice. So if we were to, for instance, just, you know, guess that makes for reanimated Sam, but what about, okay, so Sam Fluctuator takes the crafting bench. I can't make it using anything else yet. Okay, so that construction implementation was useless. Oh, he's back. Well, we can get something else done real quick. Okay, so I think that there was something else that I wanted real quick. And there's advanced steel products, but actually I was talking about vehicular transport. Because 3 inventory slots is nice. Although it does take quite a bit of stuffs. Okay, so we got that, we got... how's that looking as far as that goes? Select milestone. Get some more cable. Think that'll be enough, guys? I think that was actually the requirements of that Pacific node. Yeah, that would match up.
Milestone reached. Tractors permit pioneers to move around the world in a manner similar to using legs, except with wheels and the rampant consumption of natural resources. They can also
Beautiful.
be automated to self-drive and deliver resources between truck stations, which in turn facilitate automation of loading, unloading, and refueling.
5, 6, 8, 9. I just have this odd sensation that I'm going to need a few of these, so I'm just going to let it run for a little bit. So, what are we actually talking about over here? There's this one, which will take 100 of those. So I got stuff for it. And this one, which should be kind of quick. So we're gonna get that real quick, all set up. And then we're gonna make a few more flame fluctuators off camera. This will be incredibly useful later.
Dimensional Depot unlocked. SAM can be utilized to deconstruct matter down to its chemical elements in one dimension, and the Mercer sphere allows it to be transferred and stored in another.
Okay.
Once parts are fed into the Dimensional Depot, they can be accessed by the Pioneer inventory and build gun system at any time, anywhere.
We
Nice.
see through the window. It is pathetic. Consume more blood. The glass will not shatter. The metal will not bend. The wood will not splinter. We...
Well, I mean, I've dealt with a bit of wood myself, and it does tend to actually be a bit of a pain every so often. So I wouldn't exactly rely on it to not do those things. How much steel do I got? Speaking of which, was I correct? Yes. That will be nice. For its own reasons. The biggest one, of course, being that enables pure nodes to actually be pure. So I'm going to go ahead and get going on getting over there. See you after the transition. There. I thought there'd be a good
Tractors can
reason to
use any
actively
type of fuel
record.
and have a self-driving feature, much
Cool.
like Pioneers, only more reliable. While
Hey.
driving, you can record a path to automate vehicle resource transportation.
Or,
Unlike early self-driving vehicles, tractors will not spy on you. Your employee data is already fully subject to other means of surveillance.
hello. Oh, I can change the camera. Ah, so that's just these toggle headlights. How do I get out? I can actively honk or instinctually, but oh, there. Okay, E. So, real question is, how the heck? Oh, there it is. Okay. So I literally built it backwards. And maybe that reliability comment had a little bit more oomph than I gave it credit for. Either way, we need a lot of stuff transported over there, so that should actually expedite the process. Or, just make it more annoying. Both are actively speaking options. Especially since concrete's an issue for me right now. Speaking of which, I need to go into here, take from inventory before from depot. Of course, I can't actually manually upload anything to the MAM yet. That actually does remind me, I need to upload the Mercer spheres, definitely. Because that is something that will be quite useful. Remembering to do a bunch of things at all the wrong times. Also, I tried out the shock rebar, and it was not that good. It just acted like it relies on you having another weapon, basically. It's a stun tool, it's not a sufficient combat tool. Not from what I saw. Almost ready to do that too.
Shatter rebar unlocked. These quartz-infused rebars fracture when fired, launching deadly debris in a wide spread. Fix-It does not condone the use of such violent methods, so make sure there are no witnesses.
Exactly. Just need to... where is it? 200 for it to activate function, but I'll get back to you guys once I have a sufficient supply. Okay, now that we have a sufficient supply, we're gonna go ahead and cook up this real quick. And then we're gonna probably cook some of these little doodads. It's more like it. We actually have a couple of things that we do anyway. And now that we have some form of steel plate inside of our inventory, we can of course acquire another material from the awesome shop that I've wanted for forever and back. We go right over here. Drip metal foundation at the cart. Like these, so that will be very nice. Ah. Okay, so what we can do with AI limiters is if we go back to the criterion, we can study smart splitters if I was smart and stored my stinking reinforced plates, which of course I did. And I'm not freaking out about. Oh, we're back.
Smart Splitter unlocked.
Okay.
The Smart Splitter
Let's
offers
see.
advanced
Smart
settings
splitters
that
are
can improve
improved
conveyor
splitters
belt
that
logistics.
splits burner. with advanced logic and such. Go down to criterion now. This thing should be open. We can't do that one yet, though.
Power switch unlocked. Fixit is proud to announce that the power switch facilitates power grid management through the application of the very latest advances in on-off switch technology. Fixit. It's fun to have power.
This one we can't do for a long while. This one we could probably do if we just sat down for a little bit. But this is kind of a priority because that is something that a lot of people say they wanted to have before they started making smart slugs and stuff, or power shards automatically. And power shards will actually shrink our assembly requirements, especially with the level 3 conveyor belts. Okay, now that the busy work is done, we have the ability to basically just go through this now, and you might be like, wait, you have these? Yes, and no. Okay, I have these from a crash site, I cannot make them. So that's basically one of the good uses of a crash site, is that you can basically just get equipment that you technically don't have yet.
Potential for harnessing alien energy completed.
Cool.
Fixit has identified 2 development tracks requiring additional research to integrate Summersloops safely and efficiently into Fixit technology.
Indeed.
The loop organ contains scripture, contains instruments to compose symphonies of root and rot and recycling. Shrines to evolution and revolution.
I see. It seems we truly are building understanding.
That's nice.
Production amplifier unlocked. Every single manufacturing and smelting building will be backwards compatible with this new technology.
Yep.
These buildings can now have a Summersloop embedded to increase resource output without requiring more input, at the cost of greatly increased power consumption.
Flow cycles within flow cycles make explosions into temples and explosions into temples. The spin sphere of woven windows.
I think that now I have the smart splitter.
Layers fold into curves, which folds into threads, which weave a tapestry.
Okay, so one thing that we can do, buddy,
I think they're
right
trying
now.
to explain energy to matter conversion theory, but you do not need to understand it to do your job.
Indeed.
I'll just mute them for you so you can continue your mission.
Thank you.
I, however, will be taking notes. This is fascinating material.
Aww, that's nice. But, I will not be, because that is extremely nerdy material, I guess. Okay, let's play. I've got a new game for you today. That's logistics. I do not have it. Ironically, rotors. Let's see. Of course, I have to have my parachute on because it extends out my access range, which is funny. That's how that works, but also let's convert splitter. So left output will be leaves and center output will be wood. Wood. Ah. There's the telephone works. Interesting. But that should mean that if I have wood or leaves, I can just dump it all into this guy, and it'll fill up the wood with wood, as you can see, and the leaves with leaves. Which will be nice. Because that means that I don't need to have like multiple different things doing this crap. I can just have it all kind of consolidated. Speaking of consolidation, this is a space where I can just sit down and set up a series of crafters to get the, I'm sorry. I know I'm broken, I know I'm wrong, but that was pissing me off. Keep on telling myself that this is gonna save time in the long run, but I don't think it will. But I want it to so badly.
Overclocking development completed. Power
Woohoo.
shards can now be inserted into all buildings to increase input and output speed. Underclocking is also possible. Note: power consumption of overclocked buildings increases exponentially.
I think I just realized why it's a bad idea to set this via overflow. I'm wrecking the actual tractor. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this higher amount of ability to output or store, and we're going to go over to our little steel factory. Which is right over there. And then, when we're over at that steel factory, we're gonna make a steel factory. That's the plan. Also, that water is what I'm probably planning on switching out my existing water for the coal. Also, I found a pure water node, so that's something. But yeah, this is actually a pretty good height for it. It's just that it's a little far away. Oh no. It's submerged in water. Did I literally just take up the entirety of that truck? Okay, maybe that was not a worthwhile expenditure of time. To be continued. Tune in next time to see what happens next inside of this video recording playlist thingamabob. And if you liked the video, or disliked the video, hit the buttons accordingly. If you personally subscribe to the channel over this video, welcome to Red. If you wish to comment, I'm usually going to reply to comments, even if it's a relatively annoying response, because I, functionally speaking, can't sit down and hack-first this kind of crap, because I actually do want the comments. I've been trying to interact a lot with the bloody comments. Don't die, it's no fun. Toodles!